So we're going to go over the 1.5 IQR rule for finding outliers. Found is like this. You find IQR, it's the distance between the quartiles. Subtract the upper from the lower. Multiply by 1.5 to get 1.5 IQR. Add this to Q3, subtract this from Q1. Values above Q3 plus 1.5 IQR or below Q1 minus 1.5 IQR are considered outliers. So basically what's happening, if you imagine, here's a number line. Here is Q1, here is Q3. That's pretty far apart. This distance is IQR. And then you multiply it by 1.5, fine, which is going to be much bigger than that. Go run out of space here. You're going to go up here, 1.5 IQR to there. You're going to go back down here, 1.5 IQR to there. And values that are out here or out here are the ones considered outliers. So somewhere between here and here, we'd expect to see the median. And so if we find the max and min of our data set, and it falls inside this range, then there aren't any outliers. If we know the max falls in an outlier category or the min falls in outlier category, then there's at least one outlier, the max or the min. Here's our data here. We're going to run through the process. So we compute IQR. So that would be 91 minus 74, 17. Then we go 1.5 IQR. 1.5 times that times 1.5. 25.5. So I'm going to take 91 plus 25.5. We take 74 minus 25.5. 91 plus 25.5. That's 116.5. 74 minus 25.5 is 48.5. So this is the upper fence. So to be outliers, the value would have to be above 116, but 110s are 100s are highest value. No outliers, and 54 is the smallest number. It has to be below 48 to be an outlier. So it has to be sort of bad, I guess. I'm thinking here we'll run into the same situation. Let's just find out. IQR is 98.5 minus 85.5. That's 13. 1.5 IQR. Multiply that by 1.5. 19.5. And then we take 98.5. We add to it 19.5. And then that was the big one. Then we take the small one, 85.5, subtract off 19.5. 66. So you have to be at least as big as 118 to be considered an outlier. Ordinarily, they say it has to break that barrier. So on the border with a. So what do we say? Is that an outlier or not? think the answer is we say no, not quite. But you know, it's just a guide anyway, on the border. And this one here has to be smaller than 66, not. Yeah, so 118 is a possible outlier, but then again, it's just exactly on the border, so we probably wouldn't classify it as an outlier. So there we go. We found out how to do it. Hope I didn't make any mistakes in computing any of these things. Likely happens. I check my IQR is 17. That makes sense. 19.5. Sorry, 13. That makes sense. And times 1.5, which is 6.5 is half of 13, so that makes 19.5. 98.5 plus 19, like 20, be 118.5, but it's 0.5 less. So I think we're okay. So we hit a value that was almost an outlier, and here we didn't even come close. We had 154, and we had 116 and 48 as the fences. Here we had 118 and 66. 69 didn't make the cut. It wasn't small enough. 118 is right on the border. Treat it as you wish. Ordinarily not considered an outlier. And I think that ends this section. This section was 3.4. And we're moving on to 3.5. And there we go.